Hello, this is May. Welcome to Always for a Shipper. This is my brand new creative space in YouTube. I am a channeler, so I create these videos and send them through the collective. Hold on, I didn't light that candle. Hold on. Hi, I'm back. Just wanted to light the candle in the incense I have over there. I send videos in English and Spanish to the collective, so they reach you whenever it's meant to and to reach whoever it's meant to. Meaning that if you find me way in the future, but the messages that I'm sharing with you here today resonates with you or helps you somehow, that's kind of how it works, how energy works too. You can find me on social media. As I was saying, I mainly upload readings in here in YouTube and in TikTok. My TikTok account works as an oracle. It's the same as this channel at Always Worshipper. And in the links of the channel, you can find that as well. But there, it's an oracle because I normally place a picture, a random picture, with a little flag of Spain in the case of Spanish readings, and the US for the English readings, and you get a random message out of it. So if you can follow me there, I really appreciate it too. So yeah, basically, let's get started. I don't want to take so long in these readings. I'm trying to work on my response time here to make them faster, but not to rush them, but to make them like more efficient somehow. So this reading will be for the early month of November. Normally, I do this reading like at the end of the last month. In this case, will be October. But since it was Halloween and I went out, I had to place it like to do it here like, right now in November. Here we're gonna use the Archangel Michael Oracle deck. I really like to work this oracle normally like at the beginning of the month, so we can have divine guidance and protection over there. Messages that we may need to hear. And we'll spread some tarot. This is my baby in tarot. This is the first tarot deck that I've had like for years now. So this is what we're doing tonight. Let me accommodate the angle over here so you can see what I'm doing. I think it's better this way. I think. Just hold on. Thank you. In the meantime, let me just clean my deck really quickly. I'm sorry. I always forget to do this. I normally do it when I'm talking, but sometimes I forget. This is Palo Santo, by the way. Remember that smoke can really help you cleanse the energy for your house, maybe, or your place of work. If you can if you can put incense or Palo Santo or white sage over there, it will help you too. Sometimes we can't, but depending on the place, you can really work on that. I'm channeling the message of purification somehow. We've gotten this message over here every now and then. It's important to purify not only like our spaces and everything, but also ourselves and the energy around us. So it may be internally too, like your thoughts or how are you processing certain emotions and things. I'm telling you this as a psychologist. I'm not only a tarot reader, but a psychologist too. This is something that I've been channeling lately, and the message comes up every now and then. And now that I'm cleansing with Palo Santo, I believe it's relevant, okay? So let's get started with Archangel Michael Oracle to see what messages can we get. Spirit, what do we need to know for the English community for the month of November? Archangel Michael, with someone new here, what do we need to know? Okay. Before I reveal this card, I want you to think about a person. This can be anyone, a friend, a lover, a family member, anyone. Just I want you to think of them and take a few seconds to think about them, okay? I hope you have them in mind already because the card we got is the person you are asking about is trustworthy. Interesting. So maybe you're thinking about someone. This can be anything, again, in any aspect. Remember that this is a general reading, but I'm going to read the prayer for you. Thank you for helping me have faith so I can open my heart wider in my relationships. I am grateful for your protection, ensuring that only trustworthy people are in my life. I love that. I love that message. Remember that it's important to surround ourselves with people who are trustworthy, and we shouldn't like give access to our life just to anybody who smiles at us and say, "Hey, I like you." Hey, blah blah blah. No. Trust is something that people should earn. Maybe you are in doubt or you're in doubt about someone, but the message from the angel is that you can trust this person. This person's intentions are good. I really love the art of the deck too. I love that message. Okay, this is a good start for the for the November reading that we're doing right now. So Spirit, what else? Have confidence. I love that card. We've had this card before here, but I'm gonna read it for you. Archangel Michael, please lend me your courage and fortitude. Help me realize that I am one with all that is divine. Wisdom, strength, love, creativity, abundance, and health. Allow me to feel confident and peaceful about myself in all ways. Remember that confidence is connected to the solar plexus chakra that is located here. Um, some people pretend to be confident. We can see it like they wear a mask. That they may have lots of insecurities, but they don't show their insecurities. But from an outside perspective, we can think that they're confident, right? But they're not. But I believe that the true confidence is built within ourselves, because all of us have insecurities, all of us have issues and things that would make us not as confident as we probably should be. But remember that nobody's perfect, and in spite of all these insecurities and stuff, we all are beautiful and amazing. So build that confidence in case that you have confidence issues. Remember to work with the solar plexus chakra. Let me see if I can find it here, because I have it over here in some paintings that I made a while ago. There it is. This is the solar plexus chakra, and the mantra or the words connected to it are I can. You can do anything, okay? I really love that message for you. And what kind of confidence that is real, that is not a pretend confidence that you get home and take off your mask and go back to your insecurities. Don't let your insecurities take over, because remember, we all have them. And sometimes people can highlight that for us, but that doesn't mean that we are not beautiful and amazing as well. Be confident within like who you are. I don't know you, but I think you're amazing too. Okay? And work with the solar plexus chakra in case that you have confidence issues. There's a lot of trust and confidence, like a theme for November, maybe, due to the cards we're getting. So let's continue. I'm going to take two more to move on to tarot, okay? So, Spirit, what do we need to know for the month of November? Archangel Michael, what's up? I'm going to take the other one and then I'll move on. So, one more, Spirit, what do we need to know? Archangel Michael, what's up? Okay, thank you so much. So we can move on to tarot. So the first one we got was spend more time outdoors. I love that. The prayer says, thank you for motivating me to spend more time outdoors and for helping me relax and enjoy connecting with nature. Spending time outside, maybe near a mountain or a river, a lake, or the sea. That obviously depends on where you're living, right now, or if you're on vacation or something. But the point is that it's important to be outside. I believe that after the pandemic, especially, we've really got used to just be home and not leave our house for several days in case that we work from home or something. We leave our house just for work or sometimes to go out and stuff. But going to nature, hugging a tree, this may sound really hippie or whatever, but it's real. I mean, the energetic exchange we can have with nature is important, especially to ground ourselves when we feel like we're going too fast and we need something that can bring us back to the ground. Maybe this is a call for you, and if you're doing it, just keep doing it. That depends on your time or whatever, but try to go outside, go to the park and be barefoot on the grass if that's something you like, because I know there are some people who don't like that. I think it's important to connect to nature. And let's go with this one: detach from the situation. Remember that detachment is a key for manifestation. I'm going to give you an example that makes me think about the black cat energy too. I have a cat. His name is Orion, and he's really beautiful. But when I moved to this apartment, I opened the door, and he likes to run away. Before, I used to chase him. I used to run after him because he was running away, blah, blah, blah. Here he can't leave the building, he just can't leave the apartment. But later in life, I started to understand his behavior. So now I don't chase after him. I close the door when he leaves, and I have a peephole, so I check what he does while I have the door closed. He takes a few steps away from the door, and he looks back, and then he comes back running when I open the door. So these can be related to detachment. I'm gonna read the prayer for you, okay? Archangel Michael, I ask you to use your flaming sword to cut any attachment to fear or drama so I may be centered in the knowingness that peace is everywhere within me in this situation. Remember that if you have to chase after something, it's because it's running from you. So detachment is important for manifestation. Let's think about a person. Maybe the person you were thinking about before. This person may be trustworthy, but maybe you're in a, I don't know, I'm sensing a runner chaser dynamic or something. We don't chase, especially feminines. Divine feminines or feminists who are watching me, we do not chase. We stay in our power is that you're thinking about a love situation with someone. And in that way, we attract what's meant for us. This can be them, the specific person you're thinking about. And remember that there's always free will. So if they choose not to be that person, I mean, come on, the universe is going to send somebody else, even better sometimes. So just trust and put the love back into yourself. But detachment is important. So the situation, maybe if there's a fight or some drama involved in the situation, so you can allow divine forces, angels, God, the universe, whoever you believe in, to take over the situation so it can be resolved for you and for the other person, like in the best way. Okay? I'm not saying it's easy because it's not, but it's important. We don't chase, we attract, right? Let's move on to Tanu. So in the meantime, if you like what you're watching, you can always like, subscribe, leave a comment, help me out a lot. Thank you so much. And thanks for watching because I've seen that many people from around the world watch me. Oh my God, especially in the English readings from the US, from Canada, from Australia, from the UK, from Germany, from India, from Indonesia, and many other places. So I appreciate it a lot and thank you so much. So, Spirit, what? Sorry, just fell to the floor. What do we need to know? One more. There we go. Okay, we had a lot of feminine energy in this initial spread. Probably I'm gonna take some more cards. Okay, this one it was upside down, so I'm gonna take it. We got a lot of feminine energy to start the reading, so maybe I'm connected with divine feminines or feminines who are watching me. So hi, hello, girls, girl power. I love it. I'm gonna start with the energies right away. So we got the Queen of Wands in the reverse. This is fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sag. She is really magnetic, but in this case, she's in the reverse. Maybe there's something about a Queen of Wands outside from you, probably. Or if this is you, remember that I always read this from an outside perspective. Maybe if you're dealing with a third party or whatever, in the case of love. Remember that all aspects can apply to us as well. As an example, I learned a lot from these readings that I do for you too. The Queen of Wands in the reverse can be someone who's really controlling. And I'm sensing a lot of control in the environment. Again, this can be a third party or this can be you, and I'm not judging you at all. I don't judge here, okay? I just send the messages so they can reach you. And if there's something that you need to work on, maybe just go ahead and do that. That's on you. I mean, I'm just sharing the messages. But there's something about control because here we have the Empress too. But the Empress came sideways. So we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse and the Empress sideways. Remember that sometimes we human beings would love to control everything. I mean, we believe that we can control everything. And sometimes we want to control the timing of things or how other people react to what we do or what other people do toward us, right? But it's impossible to control everything. Not only from an individual perspective, but also like in society. If we could control everything, probably we wouldn't have as many wars as we do today. Probably the world would be in such a better place in so many ways, but it's not because we can't control everything. What we can do is we can adapt to the situations we can control. When I say adapting, remember that it requires two. Let's say in the example of a love connection. If you're thinking about someone who again is trustworthy, I mean it's not like this person is a bad person, but we can't control what the other person is doing or what they do or what they want to do, right? There's always free will. What we can do is to control our own actions, our thoughts, the way we communicate, but it requires you. So if the other person doesn't want to put their part, to make their part, so this relationship or whatever connection works, that's a whole other story. But remember, there's something about control. The more you hold tight to things, energetically, it's really exhausting, and eventually things are gonna fall as they are supposed to. So it's easier to detach, right? To step away from the situation a little bit so you can allow divine forces to do their thing, right? Remember Archangel Michael's influence. I mean, I've channeled archangels here every now and then. I'm not an expert in archangels and I want to learn about them some more. But in the case of Archangel Michael, remember that his sword, I mean, swords are energy, are related to thought. And with his sword, he can help you cut through attachments, things that maybe don't serve you anymore or cause drama, right? It's important to relinquish control when it's needed. So again, you can allow divine forces to take over. You need to trust. I mean, we believe in most people. There are some people who are atheists, and that's okay too. I mean, whatever. But most people believe in something. Again, this can be God, the universe, angels, whatever. But we also need to trust that they are there watching over us and protecting us. So, in the case of a situation that maybe is complicated, it's good to let go or step back so they can take the wheel and help you get this resolved in the best way possible, not only for you, but for all people around. So just be careful about control, okay? I'm not sensing anything else from these cards, like, something bad. I believe it's more about control. Remember that there's divine timing and there's divine intervention, and we human beings can't interfere with that. We need to learn to trust in it. Let's continue with the High Priestess. I love that energy. I mean, this is someone who is really intuitive. Remember that we have a logical part in our brain, but we also have intuition. When the logical part of ourselves can't react for some reason, as an example, due to panic, circumstances, or episodes, intuition comes in because intuition is a connection to the divine. It's important to have a training to listen to it because if we don't do that, I mean, we can put ourselves in a place of danger even in some situations. But I believe that many of you out there are really, connected to your intuition. You may be really intuitive. You may be into tarot and, all these beautiful sacred tools too. But if not, I mean, you can be someone who reads the energy around you. Like, you can sense when other people aren't being honest with you. You can sense when things aren't right somehow. And that's good. Intuition is an important tool for our discernment. Remember again, with the first card that we got, some people will smile at you and look into your eyes and say you're amazing, but deep down they may have bad intentions. So our intuition is a tool for us to know or to determine who should earn our trust and who should we give access to in our lives. But again, at the beginning, we were saying think about a person. If you're thinking about a love connection, maybe, or something, this person is trustworthy. They may be surrounded by people who are not, like what we all are. I mean, we can't be surrounded with 100% of high vibe, beautiful people as we are. No, of course not. But the important thing is that we can use our discernment and our intuition as tools, okay? Let's talk about the Eight of Pentacles. Do you see her? I'm gonna put the card in the upright so you can see it. This is the card of the artisan. Do you see her card with the pentacle? It's in the reverse. Maybe there's a situation or a project that you want to work with, right? And but it's not coming out for some reason. This can be whatever, okay? Or you have many ideas but not been materialized or put the ground so you can start working on them. In that case, if you have too many ideas but you don't know where to start, I highly recommend you to take a board. I recommend the board because visually it can help you. You can write all of your ideas in a board and you can start like correlating those ideas so you can find a pathway to materialize your projects if that's the case. And if not, I mean, remember that it's more efficient to take small yet consistent steps to reach something than to go really fast and then you stop because you are so overwhelmed that you don't know what to do anymore or you run out of ideas. So, I mean, take it slow but consistently so you can bring your manifestations to reality if that's the case. For these two, there's the Three of Swords. This can talk about heartbreak, sending lots of love. I've been there too. And this is the Two of Swords. So maybe there's something about sequence because there's the Two and the Three of Swords, right? Maybe there's a situation in love that is stuck that caused heartbreak in the past or is causing heartbreak for you now, but it's stuck on purpose. Why? Because you can see the feminine here. She's not tied, right? She's just like almost on guard with her swords and she's blindfolded. This lady can drop the swords, can remove the blindfold, and start seeing things as they are and taking action, but she's not doing it. And there's heartbreak involved somehow. I want to go back to this detach from the situation. If you're going through a situation like this, sometimes it's better to detach. Remember that detachment doesn't mean not doing anything. Detachment also means going back to yourself, putting all the love back into yourself so you can start your own healing process or go on in your healing process. And if we're talking about a soulmate or a twin flame, a mirror connection, the only thing we can do sometimes is just hope that the other person is doing the same thing. If you're thinking about someone who you want them to return or whatever. If not, this is a general reading, right? So some of you may not want to hear from this person ever again. So if that's the case, I mean, heal from the past heartbreak. Take some time for yourself. You're doing this for yourself, not for the other person, right? So you can heal your own wounds and start preparing for a sacred union with a twin flame soulmate that is reaching the same level of healing, because remember that we attract what we are. And if we have some unhealed wounds, we probably will attract people who are unhealed as well. I'm not saying it's easy because it's not. Being alone, being depressed, being, feeling like nobody understands you around you, even if you're surrounded by people, nobody understands you. And sometimes it's really hard when you really love someone in the past, but it's necessary because remember that for us to open a new door, the past door needs to be closed. We can't expect to meet the love of our life if we still have issues or things to heal from the past. Maybe from a toxic ex or a karmic connection, okay? Anyway, sending lots of love. I'm gonna take three. Three more cards, Spirit. What do we need to know for the month of November? What guidance can we get? Archangel Michael, Spirit, what's up? Okay, we have two over there. These are uncovered. I don't know what these cards are. We got more. We got six cards, but I'm gonna take them with this one. We got a lot of swords energy. The two of swords, the three of swords, and there's the five of swords. The five of swords can talk about an argument. Maybe you had a fight with someone. Maybe you're going through a situation that requires detachment. Again, I can't stop thinking about this card because this is the main message that we got. Like detach from situations that don't serve you, that cause drama in your life, that can stress you out. So maybe there's something unfinished with someone. Take it as it resonates. This can talk about a new beginning in love. Do you see the overflow state over here? But it's in the reverse. Remember that the key manifestation for love is self-love. We love ourselves so much and recognize how beautiful and amazing we are, that in that way we attract what's meant for us. Maybe this is an invitation for the English community to take some time off, maybe from dating and stuff, to go back to ourselves. We are who we are. And some people may not like us, but that's okay. I mean, it's part of life. But yeah, go back to yourself. Spend some time outside, going back to the spend some time outdoors. Maybe this is another invitation to connect to nature and to build your confidence. Sending lots of love, okay? Don't forget about the solar plexus chakra. These can really help you to build your trust. There are frequencies over the internet and exercises to work on your confidence, right? Maybe doing something you love. Maybe you love to play music or paint or whatever. All creative outcomes can really help you to process your emotions. This is a new beginning in love that probably is stuck because we need to go back to ourselves and build that confidence within us so we can attract what's meant for us. So this Empress and this Queen of Wands can go to an upright state, because remember that these two energies are really powerful, confident, magnetic, beautiful, attractive. So maybe there are some things about our self perception that we need to work on, and that's okay. I mean, when we go through scenarios of heartbreak, these can really mess us up somehow and shake our confidence, right? But maybe the message for November for us, for the English community, is just to go back to ourselves and build that confidence within us. So in that way, we can attract what's meant for us, especially in love. These two. There's definitely something about sequence, because there's the Five of Cups and there's the Four of Cups, so 4 5. Both of them are in the reverse. These cards can talk about regret. Someone's looking back, like, too much. If you went through a scenario of heartbreak, somebody broke your heart, you broke somebody's heart. This is general. Remember that looking back is important, right? For us to learn the lessons and for forgiving ourselves for what we did and forgiving other people for what they did. But we can't stay in a frequency of regret all the time, because these will cause us to miss new opportunities. Okay? So, I mean, sending love, but look back maybe to remember, because some people say that to remember is to live too. I mean, love brings beautiful things too. I mean, even if it wasn't the best relationship or whatever, we still have memories that can be really positive and make us smile every now and then. But we can't stay in a frequency of regret and looking back so much, because again, we can miss new opportunities that are right there in front of us, or our life basically will just pass us by and we won't do anything because we're looking back so much. This may be you, this may be the person you're connecting with. Take it as it resonates. And let's close the reading with this too. I believe that the main focus that we can have right now too is finances. Remember that love and finances are connected somehow. So if we have issues of heartbreak and things of that nature, finances can be affected too. So an invitation maybe for this month, especially since we're approaching the holiday season, and we always spend a lot of money on December and stuff, is maybe to work on your finances, to put the energy back into yourself so you can start materializing your ideas. We were seeing that with the Eight of Pentacles. Actually, 8, 9, 10. Again, there's something about sequence. Maybe, again, taking small yet consistent steps toward your goals. But yeah, do you see her over here with the hawk over here? This is the Nine of Pentacles. Going back to the detachment thing. Remember that hawks or falcons are animals who can really fly the sky, right? So these animals can have a better view of things, like seeing the big picture. So maybe taking a break from complicated situations in love, can help us see the big picture, and we can go back to ourselves, put put the work in, like to work on our money and to be stable financially. And in that way, I mean, that's another way to love ourselves too, because it's like, remember that finances can be a really high source of stress for you. So if you put the energy back into yourself and your financial gain, your independence, and to spend money what you like to spend money, because who doesn't love money? It's important too, right? So I think this may be a good focus in November. Earn your money and work on those wounds from the past so you can attract the love you deserve. Okay? Thank you, people, so much. I'll see you next time. I hope you have an amazing day and night whenever you're watching this. You can always like, subscribe, leave a comment, and follow me at Always Worship. Thank you. Bye bye.